Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. Thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon. Whew, it is a beautiful afternoon here in Ligonier. We are having a delightful day. Um, I just realized I don't have enough papers cut for today. So at some point, I'll have to go and get paper. Forgot to do that. It is 70 some degrees. Um, 77 77 degrees and very, very, very nice outside. So I don't know what it's like where you are. If you're out there watching, please say hi. Let me know you're here. Um, ba, ba, ba. Let me check and see if we've got any comments here. Nobody's out there. Nobody's out there. Wednesdays are slow. Wednesdays are, well, not always. I shouldn't say that. They are our slower days. They are our day where we're off schedule a little bit. Normally we go live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday's the only odd day because I go to my pottery class, and I'll be doing that after this live. I'm looking forward to it. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might be getting some stuff back, maybe. I finished up some dishes that I had um, that I got back and I didn't really care for the way that I was doing them. I was trying a new technique and I wanted to see how it was going to work out. Boy, my hair is wild. Um, I was trying a new technique and it didn't go the way I wanted. So I clear coated them and put some clear glaze on them, and we'll see what ends up happening. If they change at all, my teacher does not think they're going to change very much, and I kind of agree. So I think it's going to be what it is. So we'll see what I do with those. Those might just be for me to use. Um, I might give them out as some giveaways or do something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. But I also started working. I'm trying to remember if I finished working on another piece or just started working on it, and I can't remember. It's a blur, y'all, because last week we had our friend Len here, and that was great. But the week before was Andrew teaching and me cleaning the house to prepare for that. The week before that was us taking classes at Touchstone, and it has been a blur. I don't know what is happening, when, where, why, or how. Um, but things are good. Things are good. Um, hey, Leslie, thanks for joining us. You're the first one out there that I see. Thank you for being here. Um, other than that, today has been a day I worked on some things over at the house. Last night, if you watched the live, we debuted a kit to honor Dolly Parton. That kit has almost sold out. At one point it did sell out. There was a glitch in our inventory system. I guess I put in an inventory number and it didn't take for some reason. I didn't realize that. So I under input them last night and didn't realize that I had done that. So it thought there were only a few in there. So I added the rest of them today. There's technically one more, but we don't know where. We're missing one strand of beads for it. And we don't know where it went. So if we happen to find that strand of beads, we will add another one. But right now we're down to one in the online store, unless somebody grabbed it here in the last few moments. And what we're doing is that a portion of all of the sales of those kits, we are sending a portion of it to the Ligonier Valley Library for the Imagination Library. They are part of the Imagination Library program. And so we will be giving a donation to the Imaginary Library program for the Ligonier chapter of that, which is right here in our hometown. So for every sale, we will be giving a portion of that sale to the Imagination Library Ligonier chapter. Hey, Dominique, thanks for joining us. I hope you're doing well out there today. Um, Susie's here. Did I say that? Susie. Hey, Susie. Um, we have one of those kits left in the online store, maybe two, if we can figure out what happened to the MIA strand that was supposed to be with it. I don't know what happened. So it was here and then it was gone. That happens sometimes. So um yeah, we had one short than we thought we were going to have, and if we find that strand, I'll add that to the online store too and let people know. But yeah, so we did that last night. Been pushing that a little bit today. um Andrew says just make it two. Two what are you talking about? Just make it two. Oh, just make it two. Okay. He's saying to go ahead and put it in. He must have found it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do that right now, so that I can go ahead and make sure that I don't forget to do that between now and then, which is a very good possibility that that would happen. So let's see here. There was one in stock. Let me make sure I got the right number. Okay. What is it doing now? Okay. It looks like we just sold one in the meantime. Between like now and me pulling this up. Um, okay. Now did that save it? I've been having a problem with it saving the things. Um, Let me see here. Okay. Did it save it? Yes. Okay. So we did sell one. Thank you so much. If you're out there, you have one less. Thank you, Dominique. So I just put that one in. Andrew must have found that strand last night. So we will go ahead. There is still one left, and that is it. That is all we can make. There are no more after that. That's it. Done, done, done. So and I will work on starting to get those kits out starting tomorrow. If you bought it in the online store, remember we are not generally combining online store orders anymore with our live orders. It's a lot of work. It holds up people's shipments quite a bit. So if you have something in the past, I'm still kind of holding it to ship with whatever we've got, but I will be starting to ship online orders without combining them with live orders unless you absolutely let me know that you want me to do that. Um, it's not an automatic process anymore. Holding for lives, I will hold them for a little while, so that the lives, because we know sometimes people want to combine shipping on the lives because we do live every single weekday. Um, and we don't feel right if you buy something for $3, charging you $7 to ship it every time. So we will hold lives for a little bit. Another reason for that is the way I do the sorting. I invoiced lives at the end of the evening, and then I take everything to the store with me on the weekends and I sort it then and start shipping, or could possibly start shipping the next week. So you will have always at least the Monday through Friday whenever you purchase. If you purchase on a Monday, you'll have until the Friday at least to add to that order. Um, and this isn't a perfect world. It's not a perfect world, but yeah, that's how it works. So generally the quickest I'll ship for you is within a week or so. If you want to hold longer, by all means, we can do that for you. That's easy. But if you place an online order, it's not an automatic combination anymore unless you specifically say so in the notes on the online order, or follow it up with an email. But the notes in the online order is best. All right. That way, I know you may do a little bit more shipping charges that way. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things. But you can always tell me to hold, and I will do that. Um, let's see here. Do do do. Da, 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 da. Okay, let me see. Um, Okay. And I'm just going back in here. Dominique got our package today. Good, good, good. I know some things, your package may have been a little delayed. Sorry about that. When we had company and when we were doing a bunch of cleaning and stuff, I was in the thick of things. So it may have gotten there a little bit later than I wanted to get it out to you, but I'm glad you got it. I'm glad it arrived. Leslie says, I guess I didn't get the item I bid on, the last item I bid on. I don't know. I don't know what the last item you bid on was, Leslie. I don't know when the last item was. So don't know. If you didn't get an invoice, probably not. I don't see anything in my junk mail for you, but I also don't remember getting an email for you. Send me an email and let me know what it was, what number you were bidding on, because I might not have gotten an email. I haven't gotten an email. Was it yesterday's? I haven't gotten an email for you from yesterday. And I don't remember seeing an email for you for before that either. So let me know what number, send me an email. Andrew says, no, she didn't that night. Folks were pretty fierce with bidding. Oh, so it was for that, the night I didn't have the computer. Okay. Andrew remembers. So there you go. Monday when we were running. So Andrew remembers, says it was Monday. So Andrew remembers that you did not get it. So good. Andrew's got a good memory for that. Yeah, generally if you don't get an invoice, now if you sent it the next day and you haven't got an invoice, sometimes I'm delayed on things that happen the next day. So I have to do catch-ups. But if you got it, if you were playing along live that night, if you don't get an invoice generally that night, it means you didn't get it. I can't reply to everyone who didn't get everything. So if you don't get an invoice or it's not on your invoice, you didn't get it. Let's see here. Kimberly, oops, says headed to Children's Hospital with Henry for an appointment. Hope all is well. Hope it's just a check-in. But hope all goes well as well. Susan Cirillo is here. Hello, Susan. People are starting to filter in now. Thank you so much for filtering in. Dominique says, no worries. It's like Christmas when I get it. Thank you. I'm trying to be better, about it. We had some help here helping me get caught up a little bit, and I'm going to be trying to stay caught up as best as I can and do that as well as I can. Let's see here. Here it says, we are good, just hopefully getting a surgery date is all related to his birth defect. That's what I figured. Susan says, I'm late as usual. Finishing up a belated lunch, plus lunch was a little late due to me reworking a bracelet with a full moon theme. I'll post later on the AG challenge page. Good, thank you. That's awesome. What was for lunch, brunch? What was for brunch lunch? What'd you have? I had a candy bar. Don't tell Andrew as he's watching. I did stop and get a candy bar. But that was my food. Last night for dinner, we weren't sure what we were going to have, but it ended up being a really good dinner. Len left us some boxes of mac and cheese that they had brought and didn't use. So Andrew made one of those boxes of mac and cheese. I think it's Annie's mac and cheese. And then Andrew fried up some more of the leftover meatloaf that he made, the fake meatloaf, and we had that. And then we microwaved like 10 ears of corn between us, so like 5 ears of corn each. And then we finished the night with some more chips and Andrew's homemade cream cheese, sour cream, and jalapeno dip with the chips. So that was pretty good. And we kind of binged, watched Project Runway. Y'all, this season, messy. If you like Project Runway, I'm a little bit torn. I'm a little bit torn um, because they have kind of, I feel like they have turned, like Project One Runway has always been a little bit, a little bit catty, a little bit, but generally it was a lot of focus was on the making of the clothes and some of the dynamics, but they are turning it into more of a reality TV show. I feel like it's a bit much. It's still good. I wish they'd spend a little bit more time focusing on the clothes and the making of things. They're kind of getting away from that. Um, but it has some parts of it are very hard because you can kind of tell that they're trying to force people to be catty or um, stir up trouble. Like it fully seems like some of these people are going against their better nature, trying to make it entertaining. And it's hard. It's hard to watch a little bit. Andrew says you hardly get to see the designs. Yeah, they walk the runway. Sometimes they show you like a split second of the front and a split second of the back, and that's all you get to see of the actual design. Um, and as they're making it, it's more about the dynamics like the sewing room than it is the actual like what they're doing and what they're focusing on. And I know that's the way of things right now, but I feel like and it always had an element of that. Um, but it's gotten this latest season has gotten real far. Like even the judges are getting catty with each other. And outright kind of attacking each other in some cases and attacking guest judges. Like it's a bit much. But we like the show in general. We like to watch the people making things. It's one of the few shows on TV where people make stuff. Um, and so we've been watching it, and it's not bad. It's not great anymore. So is Sewing Big Brother, says Marianne. I've never watched Big Brother, so I don't know, but it feels like that might be close to kind of what's happening. Um, um, Leslie just had a slice of veggie quiche. That sounds good. Kimberly says, oh, by the way, I have part 5 of my unboxing edited. Parts 1 through 4 I have to transfer to my computer. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a long part 5. I like it. Leslie says, I don't like it anymore. Yeah, it's hard. It is a little bit of a hard watch. And some people are just like I said, like you feel like, or they're flip-flopping, or it's just like they're trying to be bad people, but they're not. Um, Susan said, we had veggie burgers, baked potatoes. I did baked potatoes in the oven because that's the best way. And we ran out of tater tots. Oven ones are good. I rarely take the time to bake a potato in the oven, but they are good. Especially you put like that aluminum foil around and they get crispier on the outside. Yeah. Um, Susan said there's enough bad stuff in the world. Why add cattiness to it? I know it could just be a nice show where they actually show people making stuff. And I don't know, maybe it wouldn't get the ratings or whatever, but I feel like they're catering to the people who don't actually care about what they're doing. They just care about the dynamics of the people. And I don't know. I feel like if you're looking for people who are, top of their game for crafting and what they do and making, then you should be focusing on that. I don't know, you know, but I'm getting older, and I guess maybe that's why, right? We don't get it. Anderson says, I also don't love that they split the endings. Yes, that's what they're doing. And that's why we keep doing this marathon, because they'll tell you who the winner is, but to see who got kicked off, you have to wait until the next episode. So instead of just finishing it up, like I know in the beginning, like the first few seasons or whatever, they used to just do it. here's who won, here's who got kicked off. And then they start the next one with the next challenge for the people who are left. Now you have to start into the next episode to actually see who gets kicked off. And then they start the challenge. So you actually have to start into an episode, and they know once you start, you're probably going to watch that episode, right? So that's how they kind of get you to binge it, but or to come back, I guess, because right now I think I don't think all the episodes are out. I think there are 7 of them out, something like that. So they get you to come back by not telling you. And I guess maybe that makes sense. Maybe in some ways. So it but I just they're changing a lot. They're changing a lot. And it's not quite like it used to be for sure. Um, Phil Cat is standing on the hub's lap and trying to pull his glasses off. He's silly. That's funny. That's cute. Um, Kimberly says, yeah, I better not let it pile up like that again because there's 1 part per box, and part 5 is something I made with things from the box. It's nice. That's awesome. Susan says, I don't like reality TV. It's quite often staged and there's enough mean people around anyway. Yeah, and it used to be like I said, Project Runway used to be, I mean, it was never purely, I think, making, but it did feel more like it was just making, and then issues that arose were from the interpersonal relations that were naturally occurring. And that may not be true. I'm sure there was always some editing to it and all that, but it felt more natural. Now it feels like 100% forced. Like people are forcing themselves not to like somebody, or somebody's forcing themselves to be talking bad about someone, or being the villain. Um, and I think they're making some questionable choices about who's getting kicked off. But that's always happened here and there. Somebody just has the wrong bad day on the wrong challenge, and it could happen. But like the judges are definitely picking favorites and not hiding it, and trying to stick up for things that are terrible or tear people down that isn't that bad. It's very, yeah, it's very different than it used to be. Um, Marianne says even better is a baked potato and campfires is just embers. Could be. Could be better, right? Maybe. I haven't had one of those in a long time. I'd have to have one modernly to say if I think that's truly better. I don't know. You have that smoky smell, maybe. I don't know if I'm into that or not these days. Kimberly's never watched Project Runway. It's good. It's good. Well, it used to be good. It's getting a little bit different. Um Andrew says it's okay since we can binge them, but when you have to wait, it's annoying. Yeah, it's very annoying when you have to wait. But I know they do that because if you kind of get tired of it or forget about it, you're going to be less likely to forget about it when you know there's still somebody that you're tied to in your mind that hasn't left yet. Excuse me. Susan says that's the best, Marianne. My dad used to barbecue potatoes, and they were the best that way. Marianne says the only reality show I watched was Sister Wives, until the relationship started to fracture. Yeah, I've never seen that either. Susan says this could be my old age showing, but it's better to put good chi into the world than negative stuff, right? It's true. Andrew says it's mainly one judge. I'm glad Heidi called them out. Yes, it is mainly one of the judges only, but they are attacking some of the other judges. They are being not like they're being kind of really rude to some of the guest judges, and other judges, and it's really not a good look. Like I know all the judges are famous, and they can do whatever they want, I guess, but I would not want to work with that person. Um, if it were me. And I know I don't have the money to work with that person anyway, so it really is kind of a moot point. But after seeing how they treat other people on the show, even if it is for, publicity, I would not want to deal with that person at all. So it's really, yeah, I don't know. Andrew says, I've been lucky to go to one of the runway shows. I did not me. But I never watched this until Andrew got me hooked on it when we started dating. So this is kind of like an evolution watching Project Runway. Because I had never watched it when Andrew and I started dating. He loved it. And then we started watching it together. Andrew says, I would work with them, LOL. Get that promotion, right? I would work with them to, if they wanted to use our stuff to, you know, to put out into the world. Yes. Let's show our stuff off. If I were the one that were their kind of client, I don't think I would want to. I don't think so. But if they wanted to say, hey, they make great things at Allegory Gallery, you should wear this, then I'd be like, okay, yes, you can tell people to wear our jewelry, please. Let's see here. Leslie says, I like the first 3 or 4 seasons, but stopped watching it. It has definitely gone down since they axed Tim Gunn. Yeah. Yeah. I like Christian. Andrew and I both kind of agree on that. Christian is very good with his critiques. If people would listen to, it's Christian Siriano. If people would listen to him more often, they would do much better, because it's like every time, and I don't know how much of this is editing, but every time Christian tells them to do something, the judges usually comment that they didn't do it. And, they're not supposed to be talking, but they probably do. But if they do what Christian says, oftentimes it goes a lot better for them. Like someone just won because they took Christian's advice, and totally changed their plan. So yeah. But I do miss Tim Gunn. And I don't like, Tim Gunn did an interview and he was asked why he wasn't in that season, the next season at one point, and he said, they just didn't ask me. So I don't like how they kind of seem like they just kind of, forgot about him. But I think he does give them good advice, Christian. I think the things he gives them for the input is pretty spot on a lot of times. But yeah, and I know we only see part of it. Sometimes he doesn't feel like it's that helpful, but I think that's also dynamics, whether the people actually are open to listening to him or not. Susan says the editing plays in as well. Of course it does. Of course it does. It's one of those things that all these shows now are edited to make them even more, like, they have people sitting behind the scenes talking to the producers, and they're throwing that stuff in. Oh, telling people to say something catty, or asking questions that force those kind of responses, and they just sprinkle those throughout, right? So it doesn't mean those were actually things that were being thought at that moment. So it's a lot of editing. They've got, you got to have a good editor to do that kind of stuff. Leslie says, I don't like Christian as a moderator. He is a really good designer. Yeah, I don't mind. I think um he does a little bit of the stirring up sometimes, but he this season I feel like he's not stirring stuff up very much. He's just kind of in amongst it all. I feel like more sometimes he said things here and there that start a little something, or but yeah, I think he's a good advisor for people. I think if they would listen, they would do better on the show sometimes. Anne says our friend Cheryl Ann is one of the nicest people, and they made her a villain on Skin Wars. Yeah, she is the sweetest person. Like, so sweet. But if you saw Cheryl Ann on Skin Wars, you think she's the nastiest, most villainous person um, out there, like in the industry. But she is so sweet. So this is pure emotional manipulation. I don't like that. Yeah. It's but I still do like watching people make things, and the things that people come up with on the show in, 8 hours or 2 days is amazing. I do not know. I'm like, are they really only giving some of them like this amount of time? Because it's amazing what they come up with. And it does pretty quickly show you who's cut out to do that kind of work. Not that that's the only kind of work, like that is worthwhile, because a lot of these people could probably do a lot better if they had 3 or 4 days or a week. And in most cases, if you're a designer, you would have that time if you plan things correctly, right? But um so it's a show that definitely emphasizes quick design and how quickly you can sew or how quickly you can do certain things. um, it does not necessarily mean they are the best designer. Some people may just need more time, but it's entertaining that way. Laura's here. So just arrived, missed the project one way gap. Yep, you did. Pretty much, pretty much winding that down now. We've been watching it for the past few nights. We've just been talking about the new season and how it's very much more reality TV-ish instead of kind of design focused. There's a big difference between being a tailor and designing the clothes for sure, says Laura. Yeah. And there on this season, there are one or two people that are kind of exceptional tailors. And they are still making things very well tailored very quickly. Um, so it's it is, it's fun to see that. But like I said, some people need more time for things, and some people out there could be amazing designers, but they cannot work under that kind of time constraint. So it doesn't mean that people getting kicked off are bad, um, necessarily. But that's the challenge of being on the show. Andrew said, I think it's a great platform. They made me aware of some awesome artists I wouldn't have known about. Yeah, there are still a number of them that I follow after watching the shows to see where they go in life. Um, Marion says, I did watch the Great British Baking Show for a few seasons. We usually watch that too. Um, it makes us very hungry. And Andrew makes a lot of cakes while we're watching that show. um, Leslie said, Oscar de la Renta called me a chef instead of a cook after he judged our designs when I was an undergrad. That's fancy. That's nice. That's quite the compliment. Um, Andrew says, plus, I like that we've been watching for over 20 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild to think. Wild to think. Sorry, my congested. Um, yeah. So, oh, Laura says, too dramatic for me. I stopped watching the entire show and started just skipping to the runway. Yeah. Andrew mentioned that at one point. He's like, it's like maybe we could just skip ahead. you know Sometimes it's fun, and if you get into it and just let go and be like, okay, instead of holding on to what the show used to be, it can be fun. But it's one of those things. I liked it better when they focused more and actually showed you more of the design. You skip to the runway now and you barely see anything. Wow, I forgot my juice over on the table. When I go get paper, I'll go get my juice too. We had a Project Runway person come into the shop. Yeah, Andrew was trying to get them to come and do a kind of meet and greet project thing with us, but that didn't work out. if I'm thinking of the right person. We've had a few famous people, um, people from shows like that come into the shop and whatnot. So I think that's the one though. They were going to come and do something, but then they got called away at the last minute for a project or something. So yeah, it's always interesting. You never know. You never know who you're going to meet or see or. But yeah, so that's what we've been doing. We did that last night. We were up way too late. I think we were up till 4 or 5 in the morning. It was wild. Time goes quickly. Time goes quickly sometimes when you get into those shows. You don't realize how much time has passed. But we were eating chips and finishing up dinner and um, all that kind of stuff. Andrew says, no, that was a different person. See, we've had different people from different shows come in. Andrew said it was the lady who made little buttholes. Yeah, there was one that they look like little buttholes on things. Um, yeah, so yeah, that's what we've been up to. I got up today. I didn't even get the cats out today. I forgot that I was running low on cat food, so they had 1 can left. So I had to go and run and get another can of cat food. Well, multiple cans of cat food. Come back and feed the cats. I did some work around the house because it's my short day. So I loaded up the dishwasher and started the dishwasher and just did a few things around the house while I was there. I ran to the post office to drop off things that um, I packed last night or yesterday after the post office closed. And so there are a few more shipments going out for people. Check your emails if you're waiting on something. You might have a tracking number. And then what else did I do? I ran to Dollar General, um, and then came back, and then came up here and did a few things, got ready, got the live set up, and here we are. So that's been my day. I can't do too much talk. I've already done quite a bit for today because it is my short day. I got to go to my pottery class after this, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around. I pulled some things for today. I pulled a number of large things today. I don't know if that was the good choice or not. But I know some of you all like bigger beads, and so I pulled some bigger stuff. But it's like I've gone big and small. I've got also some seed beads. I've got all different things today. I just happened to notice that I felt like I was pulling big stuff as I was going, but it's not all big stuff. It's a good mix. Andrew says, by the time we eat, sometimes it's after midnight. Oftentimes it's after midnight. Um, I don't think we ate. We sat down to eat until 12:30 or 1 last night. Because by the time we sat down and started to eat and watch the TV show, Andrew's like, no, we were still in the kitchen, I think. And Andrew said, did you do your duo? Asking me if I did my Duolingo. And at that point, it was already after midnight. Um, he had asked me before though. We ask each other if we notice that the other person hasn't looked like they've done theirs. We're like, don't forget your duo. It's always like 11:30 at night. We message each other if we're not close. And we were up here at the cottage until nearly midnight. I think I got home at 11:45 because did my duo. I had 10 minutes left. By the time I fed the cats and then I did my duo, I had 10 minutes left until midnight. So Andrew didn't get home until after midnight because he left after me. Um, and then uh, so we started cooking then after he got home. I had come home and taken a shower, did my duo, fed the cats, emptied the litter pans and did all that kind of good stuff, and then took the garbage out. And he came home after midnight and we started cooking. So it probably wasn't until about 1 o'clock until we started eating. Andrew says it took me longer to leave because the bunny was chasing me. Yeah, we've got a bunny friend here at the cottage. It's the neighbors. It's like free roaming, which we don't mind. But it seems to be hiding out on it must like our grass better. Because it's over here chomping the grass all the time. Um, I usually, when I arrive here in the mornings or afternoons, it's usually up under the trees. We have it's on the just over the property line, under the trees, and it's kind of usually sitting there. And then it usually hops down to come see me, um, and I give it some pets. And we put a bowl of water, distilled water, out there for it, so it has some water to make sure that it's drinking. I don't know if it's going back home here and there and jumping in between, or what it's doing. Um, I used to take it back across, and kind of take it back over the fence, walk it around the fence at night, but it shows back up. So I don't know if they're just letting it roam anyway. So we've just let it roam, but it likes us a lot. It especially likes me. Um, it's very hard for me to leave because it keeps, every time I go to get in the car, like I'll walk it away and then I'll walk back to the car and it follows me back to the car. It's really cute. It hops along and it makes these little little sounds, as it's jumping, and it walks back to the car with me. And I don't want to run it over, obviously, but it likes to run under the car at night, I guess, for protection. Um, so we always have to check under our cars before we leave the cottage at night, because there could be a bunny under the car. Oftentimes, actually, there's a bunny under the car. So I have to walk it far enough away, and I usually walk it up now into the Andrew started laying down, the wood chips in the flower beds, the mulch, and I usually walk it up into the mulch, and I think it likes the warm cushiness of the mulch that's absorbed the sun, so it stays there usually long enough for me to kind of run back to the car, and then I have to put my window down and make sure as I back up and stuff I'm not going to hit it. But it started chasing Andrew around too last night, so it takes a little while, to do that. When I would walk it up around the fence, it would usually follow me all the way up, and then it would come back. Um, but I've been trying to take it to a place where it has quick access to underneath our cottage, because when I take it up to the fence up there, it's by the wood line, and there's not much place for it to hide. So in case there's anything coming, it can jump under the cottage, or there's a hole that it goes in. So whenever we leave it at night, we've been trying to do that. Um, Andrew said it's fast too. It is. It is fast. For, you don't think they're fast? It's a little fast little thing. Um, so Jacqueline, hello, Jacqueline says, I love bunnies. My pets were Cocoa Puff and Butterball. That's cute. That's cute. Cottage bunnies. Yeah. And it's definitely, it's like a domestic bunny. It is not a wild bunny. Um, it's white and black and brown. Um, Jacqueline says, mine would do figure eights around my legs. This one runs circles around my legs. And if I sit down and bend down, it'll run circles around me and try and like kind of cuddle up against me. Um, it's pretty cute. Marion says the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. I don't know, but um, it definitely likes to be on our side of the fence. Um, Let's see here. Susan says, my friend Andrew owned a vintage toy store, and he's had History Channel film in his store. They stayed an entire day and used like 2 minutes of footage. I know they do that, right? Um, when I worked at the children's bookstore in New York, um, they rented out the bookstore for, I think, 2 or 3 days. And it was one of those, I think it was one of the CSI shows. I can't remember. And they were doing a filming scene in the store. They paid good money to rent it out. Um, and we closed down, except they wanted some customers walking through the store, and they wanted somebody to ring somebody out, I think. But it was, yeah, they only used it for, it was one episode, and it was just a quick part of the episode. Um, let's see here. This is such a cute bunny story. It is. It is very cute. Um, Andrew said our grass is typically greener because we don't cut it as short. Yeah. We let our grass grow. They mow their grass, I think, almost every week next door. We are on a 2-week schedule for ours. So our grass is usually longer and greener. And it grows some more of the good stuff that bunnies usually like the plantain stems and that kind of stuff. So it is just out there, it usually chomps down all day long. And when I'm here, it usually hangs out right here in front, um, by our door, and it just eats around that area. And I'll go out and check on it every once in a while and make sure it's still there, make sure it's okay. But it has a hole that it can run under right over here, underneath the cottage. If there's like a hawk or something like that, it can at least try to run underneath, if something is coming around. It used to have a friend. I've not seen the friend in a while, so I don't know. I know the one that we've been seeing here the last few days is the same one. I feel like just a week or two ago, we saw one that was less patterned. Like I said, I said this yesterday. I haven't yet, um, in my mind, I haven't yet, memorized the markings. But I think there was one that's just kind of brown and white. And then there's one that's brown, white, and has a little bit of black or darker brown. And that's the one that's been coming around. The lighter one I haven't seen in a while. I think I saw it a week or two ago, but this is the one that follows me a lot. So, and it looks like it's been, I don't know if they shear them. I don't know what the care is for a bunny, but it looks like it's been maybe sheared, or I don't know how that is, but um, it looks like it needs some fur to grow back in some places. I don't know. So I hope it's okay. But it's been hanging out with us on our side here for a while, and it's welcome to do so. They have not come and asked us about it while we're here at all. And I'm usually here mostly all day. So if they're not concerned, I said I'm not concerned either, as long as I see it and know what's going on. Jacqueline says mine shed twice a year. So they shed, yeah, I don't know. It has kind of a patch down its back and some kind of bald spots, and it looks like it's been razored, like sheared. So I don't know if that's a thing or if that's something you have to do sometimes. Um, but or if something got to it, I don't know. But we're letting it. Andrew said some people use bunny hair. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But it does have some places where it looks like it's missing hair or something, it got hurt somehow. So we're just kind of letting it be where it wants to be. And if it wants to be on our side, it can be there as long as it wants to. I don't mind. Except I don't know what to do with them in winter. I read, because I was worried about it getting cold at night, but I read they can go down to like 20 degrees at, like, so they're okay down to 20 degrees, not for prolonged periods, but and it's not getting anywhere near 20 degrees right now. So I'm sure it will be fine. Andrew said they also have kids, so who knows? It might be rambunctious over there, so it might like spending some quiet time over here, because it is definitely more quiet, probably over here. I don't know, but like I said, um, it has been a number of times reported to have been very close to the road. And so I am just happy if it wants to be up here away from the road and eating our grass, that's fine. Um, so that's that. Um, so, okay, I gotta flip this camera on. I keep saying I'm gonna do that, and then I don't, because I get into talking. I like talking with y'all, but if I don't flip the camera around, we're never gonna get anywhere. So if you missed the news, we debuted a kit yesterday, which is um, the Dolly Parton tribute kit. It's called A Song in Your Heart, and it is in the online store. I think we have one left. Let me check. Yes, so far we have one left. Once it's sold, it's sold. There will not be any more of those made. And every kit that we sell, a portion of that sale is going to go to our Ligonier Valley Library chapter of the Imagination Library from Dolly Parton. So her family did ask during They talked about it on her post that her family is asking that in lieu of like sending flowers or anything they're having a very small private, funeral service, but in lieu of sending flowers, that you make a donation to the Imagination Library. And so that is what we are doing by way of selling these kits. So if you'd like to adopt the last one, it is available at allegorygallery.com. And yeah. Okay. Jacqueline says, thank you for that kit. I love it. Isn't it pretty? It has wonderful Swarovski crystals and, vintage freshwater pearls in the luxury bead blend. This is acrylics. It's a beautiful luxury bead blend. And then here, I have it right here. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. There's vintage seed beads. There's rose quartz, Swarovski crystal bicones or rondelles. There's actually a number of different colors and sizes of Swarovski crystal in there. Glass pearls, freshwater pearls, lots of good stuff in there. And then you're getting the Swarovski hearts. You're getting the stardust, the gold stardust crimp bead covers. You're getting the butterfly, which she adopted that symbol for herself. So you're the butterfly bead, and then you're getting the guitar bead or pendant from us at Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter. Those are both fine pewter there. Marion says, an honor to Dolly and a great cause. It certainly is. We thought so too. You're getting the gem cut vintage check. You're getting a whole strand of the Morganite. This is the micro-faceted Morganite beads. And then, where is it here? Then you're getting the pink polymer clay beads, a strand of those. So you're getting all of that. When we worked it up, it retailed for about, I think, $50. And yeah, it retails for about $50 if you take all the retail prices of those things together. We're selling it for $36 for y'all. When we make a kit, usually we try and reduce the price from the retail price. So you get it for $36, and there's one left at allegorygallery.com. Okay, I need to go get some more paper to cut up paper. I think, wait, oh no, I have paper right here. I do need to get my drink though. So I'll be right back. We're going to be doing AE lots tonight. AE. If you've been following along, we've done AA, AB, AC, AD, now AE. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay. Get my scissors. Jacqueline says, Dolly Parton was a friend of Mary Kay. She loved a nail polish and lipstick, and I felt honored to sell the product. Nice. Marianne says, also a good deal if you like pink. That's right. We know, Marianne. We know. You're not a pink person. I love pink. I've always loved pink, but growing up in the time that I did and worrying about people knowing if I was gay or even admitting that to myself, I often didn't wear pink. But my complexion goes pretty well with some pinks. So as I got older and came more into my own and was more okay with myself, I started wearing a lot more pink. They also have dogs next door, which I think is another thing for the bunny. Their dogs are, it just reminded me because I can hear them now. Their dogs are a little bit loud sometimes. And I can't imagine the bunnies are terribly fond of that. So that might be another reason it likes to come and visit us over here. Okay. Let's see. Let's start. We're going to start with these extra large pendants. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these extra large shell pendants. Excuse me. Wow, I don't know I think it's that candy bar. Sometimes when I eat, I get the almond Snickers, and sometimes I feel like the almond pieces get stuck in my throat. Beautiful shell pendants. I love these. This is the other side of it, but I love how these are created and layered, and they're so pretty. I'll show you another one. They're all a little bit different, but they're similar enough. I'm not going to show all of them or let you choose, because that's messy. But if you like them, there's another one. See, they're similar. They're similar. So that's AE1, $8 each only. They're really nice and big for $8. These probably should be doubled up. They should be like $16 pendants. But we're doing them for $8. Let me get you the size on these. They're approximately 53 by 82. 53 by 82 millimeters. 7 of them available, $8 each. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Next. These were $5. I can't go much lower, but I'll give you a little break. $4.50. And these are these little vintage check glass daggers. Let me dump them out into this tray so you can see them a little better. There you go. Look how pretty those are. That would be the equivalent of a strand. We just don't strand these up. But look how pretty. They have a little bit of that green on them. Really, really nice. And just one lot left. $4.50. AE2. And especially today, I don't do a ton of measuring for you. There's a penny here. If you want me to measure something, let me know. But because it's my short day and I talk too long every time, I tend to not measure everything. So if you need measurements, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do that. But otherwise, I'll measure things as we go that I feel like we absolutely need to, and do it that way. I normally measure the things that are a little more expensive is generally how I do it, or oddly sized. That's generally how I do stuff today. But if you want a measurement or you want to see something again, if I go too quickly, let me know. But just because it's my pottery day, I do go pretty quick today. I say that and then I'm like, nah, I'm not really going that quick. I'm not going much quicker than I normally do. This was $24. It's now $18. Yesterday, we had some beautiful onyx drops. I think that was yesterday. Onyx black drops, along with that lot of black vintage check glass larger beads. It was a mixed lot. And these would go great with those. These are onyx faceted ovals. It's a vintage strand. And it was 24, bringing it all the way down to 18 for y'all. It's a 16-inch strand, and the gemstones are approximately 8 millimeters by 10. Andrew says, can you check something for me real quick? Did HH 38? HH. Let me see. That would be a long time ago. I guess not that long ago. Huh. Let me pull up the spreadsheet. Usually it takes 2 tries. There we go. HH 38. It says no, none of them sold. Is that it's a $2 thing, Andrew? Because I have multiple HH depending on what year and month and how long ago they got lost in the mix. But if they're a $2 thing, all of them are still available. Okay. Most daggers are 19 by 16, says Leslie. Let me look. Yep, 16 by 5. These are 16 by 5 on these. Let's see here. Kim's here, popping in between household chores. Nice. Hey, Kim. Did your packages show up yet today? Did you have fun opening with Vivian's stuff? We've sold the daggers. Thank you so much. I made a sale today. That means I can go to my class at least. That's good news. Thank you all so much. Okay. I'm going to put 2 away. That one has sold. Thank you. Thank you. AE4. I have a pendant. Is this a pendant? I think this is a cabochon, actually. This is a cabochon by Harry Wood. We had it at 18. I'll do a discount for y'all for today. AE4 cabochon by Harry Wood. Beautiful flower. This is the back. Ceramic by Harry Wood. Nice big cab to seed bead around if you'd like to, or wire wrap. It's about 60 millimeters. One of them only. One of them available. Okay. AE5. This is 18. This is sterling silver. It's a sterling silver hockey goalie mask. For any of you who might know any hockey families, I know my nephew, hockey's starting to start up soon, practices and all that. Hockey goalie mask, charm, or pendant. And we've got one of them available. It is sterling silver. Just the one, $18. And it is about 12 by 20. 12 by 20 millimeters. AE5, $18. Sometimes we do some sporty stuff. We're not big sports people, but you never know. Sometimes it happens. Trying to put some holiday stuff out there into the world sporadically. AE6. This is a vintage Czech ceramic button. Vintage Czech ceramic button. The holly leaf and berries. One button available. That goes to about 38 by 22 millimeters. One available, AE6. Anderson, or heated rivalry. I know, right? You got your heated rivalry going. Definitely heated rivalry jewelry with a sterling silver piece. Add a little bit extra to your jewelry. Good point, Andrew. that's the thing these days, right? Isn't another season coming out of that too? All right. AE7. We've got this is a cherry quartz pendant. Andrus is getting ready for the next season. That's what I thought. Cherry quartz pendant. It is a synthetic, but it's really pretty. Look at that. Really, really pretty. Maybe pair it with the kit. Might be a little off. Might be a little off, but some of the Swarovskis in there, maybe. Especially the hearts down there. Those hearts might go well. But that was $8, bringing it down to $6. One available. It is drilled at the top, right there, and it is about 32 by 32 millimeters. AE7. And so there's a little of that in the mix. So there you go. A little bit of it in there. Here's another one. I'll bring this down a little bit too. This one could definitely blend in with that kit. And these are foil glass beads. Pink foil glass beads. It's a vintage strand. And that would be wonderful to blend in with the Dolly kit. A Song in My Heart. Check that out together. Add a little bit of silver goodness in there. We packaged it with gold mostly, but if you want to add a little silver goodness, we've got the foil glass vintage strand. Was $18. Bring it down a little bit for you for $16. One of them available. The beads on this strand are approximately 15 by 12. 15 by 12 millimeters. And let's do this. Let's see here. I'll give you a little discount on this. This is another one of Harry's pendants. Marion says, hockey is the biggest sport up here, but soccer is gaining by leaps and bounds. Andrew says, are you excited for Danielle Wicks? I am. Did y'all hear? Danielle and I are going live on Saturday. I forgot to say that today. We're going to go live together on Saturday, make stuff together. So hopefully you'll all join us on Saturday. I don't think Danielle has posted. She was going to do the posting of the event, but I don't know if she did yet. I didn't get a tag on it yet. Let me just take a look here real quick and see. Not yet. Not yet. She has posted through the 29th. So she'll be hanging out with me. Wait, that is the 29th. What am I doing? That's an unboxing day. So we're going to be later in the day, I think, on that. So it will be the 29th, but it's going to be our time, 5 p.m. Unless that changes. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, let me Get back to y'all here. Jacqueline says, back thunderstorms took power. Oh no. Kimberly said, these are so amazing, right? I'm excited to see that, says Dominique. She is so fun. I love her. We love her a lot. Kimberly says, the sunflower is fantastic, right? Isn't it cool? Love this. Kim says, yes, the packages arrived. Thanks so much. So they say, thank you, right? Vivian and I were up till 2 a.m. going through hers, and we saved a few packages for when Carol Ann came over. Nice. Awesome. I'm glad everything has arrived okay. All right. So let's see here. This is about 32 by 40. 32 by 40. One of those available. All right. It's a slow day here. You're not liking my picks today. So I'm going to take some of these away. Take some of these away over here. I'm going to take number 1 away. Kim says, I love that sunflower mimics a check button I have. Nice. I like it. I'm going to take 3 back away. That's the onyx. People are not loving it. Sometimes we got some onyx and people went wild for it. And then sometimes onyx just, it's like rose quartz. There are seasons, I guess, for things. When we got some onyx in the one time, people went nuts. And then now crickets on the onyx. Marianne liked the daggers. Of course, Marianne. Of course you say that. All right. Let's see here. Let me put that away. Sterling silver hockey goalie mask. I'll move this down. Move this down. Can move these further up. Move this down and up. Move this down and up. All right. There we go. Let's see. AE10. I know it's not as effervescent here when Andrew's not here, right? To do the talking back and forth. I think people like that. These are very large dyed quartz beads. We had these at 26. I'm going to bring it down to 22. I told you there's some large stuff here today. Maybe that was the mistake, pulling the large stuff. But these are big, beautiful dyed quartz, large beads. Andrew says, I'm here. You're not here, though. You're there. You're in the comments. I'm glad you're in the comments. But you're not here for sass time. People say they don't like sass time, but I think sometimes they like the sass time. This is about 20 by about 18, 20 by 17 millimeters or so. AE10. Big, big beads, vintage strand. Only, I do have 2 of those available. Leslie said, daggers are definitely one of my favorite shaped beads. Well, I should have pulled more daggers, apparently, for everybody. But I didn't. I only found those today. No, I only found those today. These are a vintage strand of vintage metallicized vintage plastic. Vintage, vintage, vintage. I'm going to give you a slight discount on these. AE11. These are in kind of a bronzy color. A lot of times we have these in gold or silver. This is one of the few other colors we have in this. We don't often have this bronzy metallic. They were 20. You can see 20. Doing them for 18. They are metal plated. They've been electroplated with metal. but they're vintage plastic on the inside. And so they are very light, but they still have a good coating of metal on them. So it's kind of like the other day we had, I think, a kit Andrew made up of like dragonflies. Was it dragonflies? I can't remember now. Um, but it was a kit. We had the big things that were metallicized vintage plastic. So they have a coating of metal on the outside, but they're vintage plastic on the inside, which makes them look just like a metal bead, like a pewter or in this case, kind of like a bronzy bead, because it does have that on it, but they're super duper light, super light. AE 11. Sass and stories, says Marion. Sass and stories. I know, right? All right, we've only got 2 of these left. Let's see. Actually, let's do it this way. $12 for the pair. $12 for the pair. Most people are buying these in pairs anyway. So instead of selling them each, I'm going to try and sell them all so we don't end up with just one again. If somebody wants them, $12 for the pair. Hand carved bone, and they have the brass end caps on them. Kim says, I remember metallicized plastic seahorses. I'm not sure if that was a kit. Yeah, I call it a kit. It was just, the lots Andrew was putting together. That's what they were. Seahorses. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So they're electroplated with metal, but they're vintage plastic on the insides. These are hand carved bone with the brass bead caps. Beautiful big beads. Also hollow, fairly hollow. So very light on these as well. It's $12 for the pair, 1 pair available. Let's see here. This is another pendant by Harry Wood. This is a raku pendant. I'm going to leave the price at 16. Normally we do a little bit more for his raku. And here it is. Beautiful raku pendant by Harry Wood. It's this flaming heart. Beautiful finish on that. That glaze, you couldn't ask for a better raku process happening there, or result. So beautiful. And the hole goes through the top right there. And it is approximately 38 by 45 millimeters. There we go. AE 13. And next up, Kimberly said, that's really pretty. Let's see, what do I got next? These are exceptionally beautiful lemon quartz. We used to charge and get it easily $9 a bead for these. I'm going to take them down. We're going to do half price, $4.50 each, and there are 5 of them left. You do not get to pick. We'll pick one for you. But This is the beautiful, look at the quality of the lemon quartz. Hardly any inclusions. There's a little bit one there that you can see from certain angles. Just enough to know that it's not glass, right? There's just enough of an inclusion to know it's not glass. But those are stunning lemon quartz nuggets, $4.50 each. And I've got these 5 available. Let me make that more clear that that is each. I don't know if that's more clear or not, but I tried. They were $9 each, and now they're $4.50 each. Taking them down to half price for y'all. Lemon quartz, just the 5 left. This came from a very, very expensive original strand. Very high quality, very vintage as well. All right. Let's see here. Laura says, Ack, my finger pressed send. I dozed off. Does unsend work on your end, William? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Be still my heart, says Marianne. We've just sold, looks like 1 of the 14s. Thank you. So 1 of them is sold, 4 of them still available. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put down these. AE6. I'm going to go ahead and put that away. That's that. I know some people are getting into the holiday spirit. Give me time to ship it out to y'all so you have it in time to use for the holidays too. Although we are catching up a good deal on our shipping. AE7. Just got to try to stay caught up now with everything else in the world happening. AE8. I cannot believe no one bought this to go with their dolly kit. Only 1 strand left of the silver foil glass. Such a beautiful strand. $16 only. Vintage. I know Mary Ann wasn't going to buy that, but I thought somebody might. All right, I'm going to put Harry's sunflower pendant away. Everybody grab that. AE9. So I pressed unsend right away. Normally the unsends work on your end by causing a delay. That's what Macs do anyway. It causes a delay in the actual sending, so it never actually sends. Never actually sends, which is nice. I think if you're doing Gmail to Gmail or things like that, it can definitely do a full unsend. I'm not 100% sure how long you have to do that for emails, but I never got your email. So you must have done it fast enough on your end. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, let's move AE12 up, AE13 up, AE14 up. AE15. It's seed bead time. Okay. Let's see what I have here. Will you let go? Will you let go? Let's see. All right. These are, I just lost my papers, $8 for the whole hank of seed beads. These are generally 10 O's. They are vintage seed beads, so they are not going to all be the same. All right. These are a pretty in pink seed bead. These are a brighter kind of pink. Again, thinking that people might want to use these with their new kits. You get the whole hank of them, $8, one of those available. And then we also here, get this cutaway, go. Just want to show you one here. We have a lighter pink, slightly lighter. This one has a few light strands in it. This one's a little bit mixed. This one's all light. And this is AE 16. And this is also $8 for the hank. AE 16, $8. One of each of those available. One of each of those available. And then going on a totally different color trip. Let's see. These are also vintage 10-0 check glass seed beads. AE 17, $8 a hank. We've got 3 of this color available. AE 17 is this beautiful kind of cobalty, cobalt AB. I don't know what the actual color used to be called because they're vintage and they are not marked. But beautiful cobalt kind of AB finish on those 10-0s, vintage 10-0s. Remember, vintage are not like the modern Miyukis. They're not going to be exactly the same size every time. So if you're doing things that need something that's the same size, you may not get it. But these are great for things like spacers and whatnot. I have used strands of these or similar ones that we've had as spacers for multiple projects. They are used in the spacers between these beads and this one that I just recently made. So this is a triple wrap bracelet or a necklace, however you want to wear it. But I used the seed beads in here, and I used the seed beads in this bracelet, and I used the seed beads in this necklace in between. These were like kind of a more green color. And they're great for using things like that. This was the this was the color I used right here. I pulled a hank to start pulling from because I love all these colors. So I'm like, okay, I'm just taking a hank for myself. And so there, that's what I used. And what I used it on so far. What do I have next for you all? These are kind of really cute. I love these. These are $4 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Got 11 of them. And these are vintage check glass buttons. They've got a glass shank with a car in there. And they're really, really cute. any car lovers making some bracelets for somebody. They're really cool. You got the glass shank there built in. And these are great for button closures, 15 millimeters, make a nice leather bracelet, button closure, any kind of bracelet, really. Little car. $4 each, AE 18. Kim says, whoa, are you taking Hanks off the wall behind you, William? No, I'm not touching those. Those are our display. I'm not allowed to touch those. These are ones that we did at one point take off, and I'm allowed to sell. So grab them now before they get put back up on the wall. Or Andrew decides they're not for sale anymore, because he likes to use these too. He uses these, he can use these in his sculptures that he's been making, because they don't need to necessarily be all the same size when he's weaving them in. So he used those. Kimberly says, I just opened those Hanks and they are amazing. They are very nice quality. For $8, you can buy a tube of seed beads these days for $8. You're getting what, 10 to 12 strands, whatever there are on there back then, for $8. It's definitely a good deal, if I do say so myself. And I do. And I do. Okay. Okay, this was 32. I'm gonna bring it down to 28. I've got one left. This is these rough labradorite stones on a strand. Really pretty flash and colors to these, but they're in that rough form. You don't see that very often. And these have really nice flash to them for being in the rough like this. They have nice flash anyway, let alone being rough stones. And I love them. There is only one strand of these left. They were 32. They're now 28. Look at the flash. Sometimes it's that kind of yellow-green flash. Sometimes it's the blue flash. Look how pretty. Super pretty. And that's AE 19. This strand is about a 15-inch strand. And I'll just measure one of these. This one happens to be about 13 by 10 millimeters. They do vary, but so pretty. Really great quality. Kimberly says, I love the raw look. Me too. Me too. AE 19. Kimberly says, I saw very little variance in size, so I would use them in brick and peyote. That's up to you. I do feel like there's not that much variance, but I always warn people these are vintage. And vintage, they did not have the technology to make them the same size. There are still companies that don't make them necessarily the same size. I just want people to know that. But you can, yeah, once you get that, you can use them however you would like. Oh, we sold one of the 17s. Thank you. We still have two available. Two available. Kimberly said those are super cool, aren't they? I love that kind of thing. I think like making these into like raw, rough earrings that have that flash to them would be gorgeous. Like that's a good way to make up your $28, right? Use two of them that are similar enough, that have a beautiful flash to them, and make them into these rough, raw earrings. And you could sell them for $28 a pair. We do in the store. All right. All righty. Next up, we have another vintage Czech ceramic button. It's going to be $3. Marion says the hanks I have also have little variants. Yeah, they're pretty good. They really are. Like I said, we just don't want to sell them as something you could definitely use for every project because it's not going to be possible. But if you're doing certain seed bead techniques with them, or like what Andrew does with his sculptures, it's definitely good. And they're great for spacers if you want to use them for spacers. This is a stocking vintage Czech ceramic button for Christmas if you celebrate. This is about 48 millimeters by, I'm going to say about 35. One of those available, $3, AE20. All right. So let's go through this here. No one bought AE12. I'm going to put that away. Those are those hand-carved bone. $12 for the pair. AE12 still available. AE13 unsold Harry Woods ceramic raku pendant, $16 still available. AE14, we have one of these sold, 4 of the lemon quartz high-end stones at $4.50 each, still available. AE15, one of the pink seed bead strands, the brighter pink hank, still available at $8. AE16. Get a bag filled. Ran out of my bags. What happened? It must have been in a bag that weren't in a bag before. AE16, the lighter pink strand. Work with those dolly kits if you got them. They'd be great spacers for a lot of the beads in the luxury bead blend in the dolly kit. Still available. AE17 cobalt. We sold one strand or one hank. Thank you very much. We've still got 2 hanks available. You get that whole thing I showed you there for $8. Not just a strand, the whole hank. And then I'm going to go ahead and put move the car button over. These are the vintage Czech glass car buttons. And the labradorite and the vintage Czech ceramic button. All still available. AE21 vintage Czech ceramic button, $3. One of these available. This is a vintage Czech ceramic heart button. And it is 20 by 26 millimeters. One available. AE22. Let's see what I can do on this one. These are a dyed jade. Let's do $12. Vintage dyed jade, $12 per strand. I've got 2 strands of this available. It's in this rose quartz color. Again, would make a nice complement to that if you want some larger sized beads for your kit. AE22, 10 millimeters, 2 of those available. Vintage strand of dyed jade. I've got 2 strands of this available. We had them at 10. I'll do them at 8. 2 of them available. Whoa,
Hello.
look who popped in.
The bunny rabbit wanted to pop in.
Is he out there?
It's trying to get in the building.
Oh boy, it's pretty
Gonna
cute.
make a little friend.
Gonna make a friend. Hello, Andrew. Bye, Leslie. Leslie has to go.
Well, I'm glad I caught my friend Leslie before they had to go.
I know, right? Oh, 2 people just tried to grab the same button. It has sold out. Thank you so much. 21. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, there you go.
I haven't done that today. I haven't had enough sales to do that. We're doing it every 10 sales. I'm never gonna do it if I do that.
Wow.
Not today. Try harder, he says. These are hand napped labradorite ovals. And they are really pretty. They've got some great flash to them.
Who's watching today?
Who's out there? We've got 13 people now. We had 12.
Oh, you jumped up even though Leslie was.
I know. Who's out there? If you're out there, say hi. Let me know. Let Andrew know you're here watching. Marianne says hi, Andrew.
Howdy.
So these are these hand-napped oval labradorite beads. We've got 2 strands left only of these. They are they were 10 and they're now $8 for the strand. AE23. Susan Surreal's still here.
Howdy.
Jen is here. Hello, Jen. I don't think I said hi earlier. I don't know if I saw you earlier. Hello, Jen. AE24. How's your eye doing, Jen? Drops doing okay? You got on your drop schedule? Who else is out there, y'all?
Dominique was watching?
Dominique was watching earlier and took us down one more dolly kit.
That's good.
Um,
Where does she plan? How often does she go live?
I think Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, does she have anything fun planned?
Anything fun planned? I think we sold the last dolly kit.
Good.
Thank you so much. To a brand new customer, it looks like. So thank you, thank you. If you're out there watching, we appreciate it. At least brand new in the online store.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay. I've got some.
Fast.
Oh, are you?
I don't think I'll be able to finish it before you have to go though.
No, not today. Laura's still here. Says, Andrew, do you think that Project One Way Season 22 is too dramatic?
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. Laura, you came in late, but that's exactly what we were saying.
That's all right.
It's turning into true reality TV.
That's fine.
Let's see.
It is
right. We got these 2 little duck vintage check ceramic buttons, $3 each, 2 of them available. Little ducks.
There's a precarious future for Project Runway.
Yeah.
Luckily clawed it back, so.
Yeah, they did. It almost was not a thing anymore. Could have easily not been a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm. The Harvey instance.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
I'm just glad that we have it.
AE18, putting the car buttons back.
I think Heidi's really fun.
Heidi is fun. Heidi hasn't changed much. She's a little more sassy, I feel like. Or a little harder on people this time, but she's still fun. We still.
One day I want to go to one of her Halloween parties.
Oh, here she goes all out.
Uh-huh. I'd love to be on the
Oh,
show.
I was just about to put this away and we just sold it. Thank you so
You
much.
call me one of the elders.
One of the elders.
There's one dude's on there, and he's not that much older than me. And they're like, "Oh, you're part of history. I would love to talk fashion."
Uh-huh.
And they're like, I'm like, he's not that old.
He's not that old.
I guess in fashion.
Yeah. One moment you're in,
I'm like,
next moment you're out.
they're not really doing that as much.
She said it yesterday.
Yeah, but that used to be that was like the big tagline, and
Yeah.
now it's like, be bold, be seen, or whatever. It's like, okay.
All right. Okay, let's see. What am I doing here?
I don't know.
Gonna put this one away. Anybody else still out there? Oh, we dropped down to 10 people.
They didn't like it.
They didn't like it. We had enough of that talk. Laura says it will be sad if it gets canceled because it is a great venue for fashion designers. Yeah, it says such a long history. There have been some other fashion shows that have come along.
One of them, the lady was on it.
Yeah.
I was like, he looks familiar.
Yeah, he's like, I think I know her. And realized it was from another show.
She was on that Next in Fashion.
Some of those fashion shows are like a $1 million prize.
That's why they do it live.
Uh-huh.
They're on the budget of Project Runway.
Yeah, they are. They can do 5 shows for 5 seasons. What's that smell? Smell something. Huh? Oh, you made laser somethings. I was like, I smell something metallic-y.
Don't worry about it.
Not many shows have 22 seasons, says Mary Ann. It's true. It is true. This is another pendant of Harry's. It's a raku pendant or an ornament, y'all. Remember, these big ones can also be used for ornaments. They don't have to be pendants. This is a raku. It's got this cat down below. And is beautiful. Again, another exceptional raku piece. And it is $16 only. We priced this one low. Actually, maybe too low. This is 58 millimeters by 83 millimeters. In inches, that's about 3¼ by 2¼ AE 25. All right. Boy, every time I ask people who's still out there in the chat, the numbers drop. Be like, don't ask. Don't do it.
Laura.
Did you hear that, Laura? How's your mom doing? Kim says, Puma, that's fabulous. Yeah, I got a Puma cat. Isn't it beautiful? And it's, if you can see, it's a forest kind of in the background. From far away, they look kind of just like lines. But when you look up close, these are like winter trees pressed in. Really pretty background.
What is that?
This pendant / ornament by Harry. It's raku. Yeah. Really nice work on that.
That'd be great as a wall hanging.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a nice way to use your big focal pieces if you don't want to just have jewelry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I made a piece for that Touchstone show as a wall hanging.
These are these little glass cabs, the pharaohs, and they are 50 cents each. And we've got multiples. We've got a lot of these.
I would think that this would have been like a big thing, the Egyptology.
Right?
The Mummy's coming out soon.
The Mummy.
Brendan Fraser.
Beautiful.
It'll come back.
Right? Couldn't be. And these are cabs, no holes. They are about 11 by 16 millimeters. And they are vintage.
Did anybody post anything for the AG Live Challenge?
I didn't even look yet today. Did anybody do that? The AG Live Challenge?
We should a new one. I gave prizes the last one.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Never know. Kim says, I wonder if he used leaves press to make that background. I think this is probably he probably has a pressing of, because I've seen, I think, these forest trees in his work before.
You never know.
But you don't know. They could easily be leaves. He does like different textures. Laura says she's depressed. Her assisted living is ridiculous and she isn't improving as fast as she wants. She can leave on 9/6, September 6th.
So soon.
Soon, it's coming. They are making a National Treasure 3 also, says Laura.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Kim says, not yet, but I've picked out my beads.
Oh, good.
Yeah, if you missed that, let me go back to my captions here. The AG Live Challenge was to make a Dolly inspired piece. So that's the AG Live Challenge. If you missed that from yesterday, you can post in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group, or post on your timeline and tag the AG Live Challenge. We sold 25, the big pendant slash ornament raku piece. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Somebody's going to enjoy that.
I can't wait to see what you'll do.
Mm.
If you've made anything recently using AG components, we'd love to see.
Yeah, we know that a lot of you have gotten some shipments. You've been opening them, showing us them. We love seeing that too. If you're willing to share the things you got or some of the things you got from us when you get a package, take a picture. But also, we love to see what you make with it. So,
creativity, inspiring creativity.
Kim's asking, how long do we have on the AG Live Challenge?
Until we do more.
Till the next one comes out, whenever that is.
Yeah.
He's like, just do it. All right.
You love my gentle encouragement.
I know. These are a very light Amazonite. Let me, well,
we don't have any rules for that.
There are no hard and fast rules on it.
Somebody was asking all these questions about, like, oh, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And I said, the more you ask, the less you can do.
Right? You want the rules, or you just want to, do the whole beg forgiveness later thing? Because we leave it very open for people.
So there are many ways.
There are many ways. Where are my scissors? I'm just going to cut this. There they go. Yeah. And really, you could post any AG Live Challenge after the fact.
Yeah, I don't know if
you may not get prizes for it.
But we generally don't give prizes for that.
Yeah.
But sometimes we do.
Andrew did a special thing and offered up prizes the other day.
Get people posting a lot.
Get people to post, I know.
What's the point?
I know, right?
Need a moderator for the group. Get people excited.
Keep people interested more than we can.
Well, you're all probably tired of us.
Sick and tired.
Like a dry toast.
Dry toast every day.
15 years of dry toast.
Oh no. Okay.
You get so amused by it. By the dry.
The dry.
So used to.
I know. I don't think we're dry toast.
What are you going to do for your class tonight?
I don't know either.
What's your strategy going into it?
I got to see where I am, because I was telling everybody I forget where I am now. We've sold a few of the 26s. Thank you so much. These are.
Thank them properly.
Thank you. How will they know that they're appreciated? Thank you. I thought I wasn't supposed to do it every time.
That's just for Marianne, but she's not the boss.
That's what you told me. You told me that yesterday.
You told me you to make any sales.
I know.
You gotta clown it up.
Gotta clown it up. These are Amazon, very light Amazonite drops. They're really pretty.
Act like you want to pay that mortgage.
I know.
Do a dance. I
Do a
don't care.
dance. These have these nice flat tops, so you don't have to worry about cracking off the tops of these. If you're gonna wire wrap them, they've got pretty nice size holes on them. Nice vintage Amazonite drops. And these are about 25 by 18 millimeters. 6 of them available, $5 each. Susan says, the voice. Susan says, I'm not worried about the prizes.
Which Susan?
Susan Surreal.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
Maybe I'll offer some Light check feed prize.
I know. You never know what you might be really interested in the prizes.
Your eyes would be dazzled.
I know. I spent my morning at the medical mall getting blood work and teeth cleaning done, says Marianne.
That's shitty.
You're right. Jen says, I got a shipping notification. Yep, you did.
I mean, I
Told
guess
y'all. Check.
it's good to take care of yourself, but I can think of more fun ways to spend the afternoon.
Where are you going?
Over here to my wall.
It's coming through. This is my wall.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something.
AE28 coming up.
I don't have much time.
No, you do not. Not if you're waiting on me. Am I pausing at 29? Or are you going to be not done?
I don't know what we're doing. We'll have to find out. Wait and see.
I don't have much longer to wait. All right. AE28 are these large ceramic beads. These are not Harry's, but Harry makes things like this oftentimes. But these are vintage with this kind of gunmetal kind of glaze. You get 3 of them for $6, $2 a bead. I've got 2 lots available. I've got a total of 6 beads available. These are vintage ceramic, large beads. No breakfast was the worst part, says Marianne. Oh boy. No breakfast. No breakfast part sucks, says Susan Surreal.
They have you do that when you're taking blood?
Yes.
No breakfast when you that's how you pass out.
I know, but they don't want that to like when I get my blood work, I'm not allowed to have anything. They allow you to have sometimes black coffee.
Make it run.
But
through.
no juice for sugar, no
Oh, good luck.
AE29. Ooh, these are nice. Laura says, I'm getting blood work done tomorrow and prep for my cataract surgery. Everybody's getting cataract surgery.
Y'all gonna be laser focused.
Laser focused. These are beautiful pieces of moonstone. They were $6 each. I'm going to do them for $4 each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them available. Beautiful pieces of the rainbow or blue moonstone. Look at that. Like lightning going through it.
Look at it. So did you make enough so you can go to your class?
I'm gonna say probably negative on that. Didn't pay for my class today.
Otherwise, he has to go. He can't go.
He's like not allowed to go.
I'll be like, Amy, you need to issue a refund. William don't work hard enough.
William didn't work hard enough to go. Black coffee is fine, as is water. Very limited choice range, says Susan. Certain tests require a 12-hour fast. Yeah, that's easy for us generally.
The intermittent fasting.
Yeah, we pretty much do that every day. Trying to find all the These all glow really well. It's just hitting the right point on them to make them do it.
Can you
Yes.
get me a silver guitar and a silver butterfly barrel?
Oh, a barrel.
Yeah, something different.
Something different. How many?
7.
7.
I think I counted right. Because it's nice to have a variety of price points for folks. I know that sometimes when they get a big hit, it's a little bit more spendy. So trying. But anyway, so what have you all been up to? Anything interesting and fun besides medical stuff? I don't know if I would consider that fun. But who knows? Maybe I'm not gonna yuck your yum. But we've been kind of working hard on getting stuff ready. Of course, been listening to Dolly Parton on the repeat.
Yeah, non-stop.
I think every once in a while our virtual assistant gets tired of it and just starts playing something different.
It thinks it's like, surely you don't want to listen to more of this.
I said, I didn't ask you to change it. Turn it back on.
I didn't tell. I didn't make any changes.
I know. What did I ask for that? No. So stop sassing me. William loves it. I get in fights with the talk.
Yes.
No, I win. So it's not really a fight. Yeah, so
This butterfly barrel is so nice. They are heavy. Okay. Laura says, this is my fun. I had a meeting with a banker today. Is that fun? Signs point to no.
Unless they give you money, then that's fine. That's always exciting. But rarely it's the other way.
Oh, Kim says, heard about Tim Curry dying too. Another sad one. Tim Curry. You do. What did he play? He was famous.
Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah.
I mean, but he was kind of like, wasn't he have some kind of problems?
I don't know.
I guess every day we just have a Memorial Day.
I know.
Who's dying today? It's like the Hunger Games.
I know. He was 80 as well.
Oh, octogenarians.
I broke both my cell phone cases. Have to buy new ones, says Laura. Shopping for new cases will be fun. Marion says, yes, I loved him in Rocky Horror. Has anyone seen the movie Clue? One of the very best, says Laura. Kim says he was also brilliant in Clue.
He's best in Legend.
Legend.
Let's not get confused. All right.
He was ill for a while, says Marianne.
Yeah, he had a bunch of problems.
All right, let me put some of this away. Andrew has a kit for us to debut. And then I've got to run 2. That's going to take me to 31.
Oh, wow. We'll be different today.
Be different today? I'm going to say, you could always add some more later. He's like, nope, Actually, you can't because I need my cell phone.
Oh well, complain about it.
Boy, that's too early in the day.
He had a nice and peaceful.
I'm not ready for this afternoon sass.
He had all peaceful and delightful.
Easy into my day.
He just like get to do whatever.
I know.
Have a gentle loyal to the afternoon siesta.
Laura says yes, he had a stroke and I think he was paralyzed. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
You had the gentle sleeping.
I know. Andrew was sleeping later than he went to bed later. So I woke up and had time with the cats today. And just easing into my day.
Yeah, I've been having problems sleeping lately, which is not.
I've been in the wrong room.
I know he keeps switching, but then by the time I go to bed, I'm pretty well compressed.
Yeah. Also switching mattresses.
That's not too bad.
I was surprised because they weren't too bad. They weren't our normal, but Marianne uses the black auto case. Those are tough cases.
Just too thick for our. My phone is already big.
Yeah, they don't fit in some of our stands when we get those big otter cases like that.
I like them. They're a little heavy duty, but they are like, it's like we might well have an iPad or something. iPad mini, but it's like chomps.
Yeah. Apple released new computers yesterday.
Oh wow, don't look at it.
And of course, all the prices are increased because of the RAM shortages. Look at this kit, y'all. Ooh. So in this kit, you get this crown pendant.
That's not AG.
That's not AG.
It's vintage.
But I bet you could put a crystal right there in that one point right there. I've never noticed that in those before, but I bet that's big enough for a glue in. So you get that. This is AG Fine Pewter, the butterfly barrel. Have you all seen this one? It's got all the butterflies around it.
I put it in. I wanted to pick that one because we put in a bigger strand.
And stands up to it. It's also got a much larger hole. So it's a nice large hole bead. This is the guitar in silver. Silver guitar from AG Fine Pewter. Marline. Antique silver color. Then this big strand of the crystal, the vintage crystal. In these wonderful twisted coins with this beautiful faceting on them. You get a whole strand of those. And then you get this opalescent pink rosewater vintage check glass. These are the gem cuts. And then he threw in some of these Lucerna bicones in this peachy pink color.
I saw some, they call it opart. And they are those opalescent beads from the 1700s. And my heart started racing. And I felt a little bit ill, but in like a nice way.
In a nice way.
And yeah.
So what do you want to do with the price on this?
Well, generally speaking, how much do we usually charge for the crystal?
This is one of the bigger crystals.
We don't usually sell those.
No. So I don't know.
16.
I would say at least 16. And then these two pieces together are $5.75. So plus we'll say 16 for the crystal, $21.75. How much are these normally? I think you have the bag, don't you?
$1.50.
I'm gonna say they're $1.50 or $2. These are $2. And then these are also usually $2 to $3. So $27.25 approximately.
About just 24, 22.
Let's do 22. And you have 7?
7. I counted it.
He says I counted. All right. So $22 for this kit. Are we doing the same donation on these? We will do the same. A portion of the sales of these kits will go to the Johnson, the Ligonier branch of the Imagination Library. AE 37 of these available.
All right, and then I'm gonna do I wanted to have different price points, but yesterday we kind of went too long, and then I was pretty wore out. So
Yeah,
um,
it was a long.
pretty late.
Well, you were here till after midnight.
I know, and I was kitting everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie knows the struggle.
Yeah.
So there's we can do. I have 8 of those mixes. The mixes are the same.
Okay.
But the pendant is different.
Okay.
So there's 8 total. So I was thinking maybe 4 each of them.
Yeah, 4 of each. So AE 31 and AE, we did go to 32. AE 32. How much on these?
Do you want to try to sell the pendant separate? Or is that a no?
We can do that if you want.
Because I also have, I want it to, because I have these also. I made 7. So there'll be 3 each of the individuals.
Wait, what are you saying?
So there's 4 that go with the mix, and then there's 3 individuals.
So should we sell them just as components?
I'm saying
sell
one is like a mini mix or mini kit of a mix and a pendant. There's 4 of those.
So how much?
The mixes usually are 14, and then our pendants are usually what?
10.
10. 24 for that just 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of economy are we? I don't know. Just do it.
Sometimes we could do those for 8, but usually they're 8 to 10.
Maybe do it for 12.
For everything?
14.
Okay, we'll do it for 14. 14. This is with the mix and the butterfly pendant. You get it for 14.
It's mostly seed beads in it, so.
And then 14 AE 32 is the mix with the bear.
Because she's from the Smokies.
Pendant. And then we're going to do the pendants separately. AE 33. How much you want to do on the pendants separately? 8? Do them at 8. And how many separate pendants do you have?
3.
3 of the butterflies.
In theory, I can make more by product.
Yeah. AE 34. $8. 3 of the bears.
And it's a glitter impregnated acrylic.
Marianne says, so the pendant is basically free. Yeah, if you buy these kits, limited edition kits, it's basically free.
Unless you buy it separate.
If you buy it separate, it's $8. So you can get the pendant with the mix for free, or you can buy the pendant for $8 separately.
I just don't want it to be ridiculously priced so that only like 3 people can get it.
Right. Oh, we sold another one of the full kits. Thank you so much. We've got 5 of those still available. And let me show you this mix up close. This is gorgeous.
I double stuffed them.
Yeah, you did. Look how like these. I'm gonna have to tape these to ship them to people, because that's some dangerous shipping otherwise.
Just scoop it in a bottle and rub.
But look at the beautiful kind of magenta pink colors in these. Deep, so even some ruby colors in there. Garnet. Gorgeous. Dyed shell. Lots of seed beads. Here's just another version of that to show you some of the things in there.
It's pretty double stuffed. It's mostly seed beads.
Some vintage pearls.
There's a couple big things, and there's some lamp work in there, believe it or not.
So you might get one of those.
Yeah, not everyone has the lamp work, but there's a few that have it.
Hot pink deal, says Marianne. Yes, it is. And then this is the glitter is impregnated in the acrylic, so it's not going to come out.
Which is nice.
It's not going to, fade off on you, peel off on you.
Yeah, I was messing around with glitter. Somehow, even though I don't really like using glitter, I end up using glitter.
Yeah, you do.
And I was finding it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's less than optimal.
So these are the two. So you get AE31, you can get 14 for the two pieces, AE32 with the bear instead of the butterfly, or you can buy the pendants individually. Excuse me.
Make it so that we have like a nice donation for the.
Yeah, and all of these pieces, a part of the sales will go toward the Ligonier Valley Library Imagination Library.
Yeah, because I don't want to be like roll up with like $12.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, "What you doing?"
Like, here you go. Here's some pennies.
Well, it all adds up.
It does add up, and I'm sure they'll be thankful for it.
Whatever they get, but I still want it to be impressive.
We like it to be a nice.
Get enough to warrant the stamp for the thank you letter.
Right. So we will go ahead and these will move into the online store most likely tonight or probably tomorrow. Because when I get home from my class, I usually go right home. So I'll leave these up here and work on that tomorrow morning. We did sell out of the first kit online, so thank you all so much that grabbed that one. We did sell one of the 31s, one of the sets with the butterfly. Thank you so much.
That's
so
a nice value.
We're down to 3 of those now. I will probably also be, I don't think I have enough time to invoice for the stuff tonight. So I will invoice this tomorrow morning as well for this show.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
What are you planning on doing tonight?
What are you planning on doing tonight? Getting home from my class tonight.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. I don't think I'm going to come back up to the cottage tonight is what I'm saying. Maybe I can make the spreadsheet real quick before I go. And then I can work on that at home. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Have an amazing evening. And we will see you back here 7:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow and Friday. All right.